All right, as troubling as the European debt crisis is, it's never too early to look ahead to who else might be vulnerable to crushing debt. And Simon Johnson of MIT Sloan and Peter Boone of Salute Capital Management write in the October issue of The Atlantic that the next panic will likely start in Japan because of demographics before they connect the dots to the rest of the developed world. They say that elderly Japanese refuse to consider changing their pension system. The Euro elite have closed their eyes to the unsustainability of their currency union, and the U.S. has Wall Street in the driver's seat. We all have political systems that have figured out how to promise far more that can be repaid. It's a sobering reminder as we head into the U.S. election season in November.
Really timely. Some very difficult articles on that over the weekend.
Another timely look at the U.S. presidential election here. Foreign policy has really gone up on the list in terms of priorities. What stood out to me, because it is the UN General Assembly week, is an op-ed from Politico. It comes from Senator John Barrasso. He's a Republican from Wyoming, and he gives President Obama some advice of what he needs to do in his speech tomorrow. He says the world does look at America differently. The events in the Middle East make it clear that our allies cannot rely on us and our enemies do not fear us. By last week, anti-American protests had spread to at least 33 countries around the world. And this is really the heart of the matter, this anti-American sentiment that we're seeing spread across the Middle East. It's something that the Republicans, as the senator, have been very critical on the president on. And last night on 60 Minutes, Governor Mitt Romney went after President Obama specifically on his approach right now to Israel.
Our ally, our close ally. The president's decision not to meet with Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, when the Prime Minister is here for the United Nations session, I think is a mistake, and it sends a message throughout the Middle East that somehow we distance ourselves from our friends. And I think the exact opposite approach is what's necessary.